Hey, so I've gotten a lot of emails this week about a roundtable discussion with Olympic lifting in regards to throwing and shot putting, discus, whatever. First, I want to address one thing. USA weightlifting is absurd for implementing the no bar slamming rule that they're saying. Guys like Shane Hammond, Kendrick Ferris, chicks like Natalie Bergner, John North now, these guys, it makes it entertaining. It'd be like USA Track and Field telling Adam Nelson that he can't have alter egos and stand in the middle of the sector, throw his shirt, freaking scream like crazy. That's absurd. They're entertaining. The only reason why these sports are popular is for entertainment. So USA weightlifting, take a book from some other, lower level sports like track and try and make it a little more fun, a little more interesting. If guys are up on stage, they just hit a big PR, they slam bars, they go nuts and scream. That gets everybody excited. It's not a bad thing. It's a fun thing. It's enjoyable. It doesn't need to be this big freaking craziness. And it blows me away that USA weightlifting has to even discuss these things. Like, why is this even an issue right now? There's a lot bigger things to worry about. Like, we need more top weightlifters to compete at a higher level in the world. But that's beside the point with what this video is about. The email, I've got a bunch of emails on the roundtable discussion that Hammer Media had, their first installment about, do you have to Olympic weightlift to be a good thrower? HammerMedia.com is run by Kidboy Johnson, Martin Bingisser. It's an awesome freaking website. It's got really, really good tools in it, like great articles. It's almost like it's like T-Nation, but for throwers. So it's freaking cool. I love it. What do I think? Well, first, I'm extremely biased. I love Olympic weightlifting. I use it every day. I Olympic lift every day. Do I think you have to Olympic weightlift to throw far? Well, first you guys said, well, what's far? Because some kids might, be for far, might be 51, 52 feet might be far. Other guys, for me, 19 meters is far. For other guys, 21's far. So, for Ryan Whiting, 23 would be considered far. So, do you have to do it? I don't think you have to. I think you could get away with not doing any Olympic weightlifting and still throw far. As long as you're throwing a lot, and as long as you're doing a lot of dumbbell throws or South Africans with heavy shots or throwing light discs into a wall or whatever, something like, or the shot swing, stuff like that, I don't think you have to Olympic weightlift. As long as you keep working on your mobility. That's the best part about weightlifting, is that you keep your mobility up. And work on accelerative patterns with squats, like accelerating through the finish, and not deadlifting 700 pounds every week. Stuff like that is going to be negative on your throwing. So I think if you plan it properly, you can get away with not doing Olympic weightlifting. Do I think it's the best way? No, but I think it's possible. So in my mind, now in regards to this, almost every kid I train weightlifts. One of my best shot putters right now, he's a sophomore in high school. He's thrown 51 feet so far. He did an Olympic weightlift for a year because he was so immobile. We had to get him to the point where he could handle weights off the floor. He could handle moving weights fast without hurting himself. So, I think you've got to take all these things into consideration. But again, I love Olympic weightlifting, and then as far as that's concerned, I think the best movement I've found, I've always talked about the snatch. Now I had Norik Vardanian here. He's a weightlifter from the U.S. who also has dual citizenship with Armenia. He showed a lift called the no feet snatch. Okay, so you start with a wider base, you snatch, catch it, and you don't move your feet. You start in the receiving position, go up on the toes, catch with the heels down. So you're not jumping back or sideways or whatever. And I think this, I've been using it. I used it a little before Nori came. I think this is the best Olympic version for throwing because you learn how to stay in double support for a long period. You can't use tons and tons of weight in it. It's got to be quick, because you're not moving your feet. So you really have to finish the pull, and especially if you're not using a hook grip, the bar has to stay tight, and you have to finish the pull all the way up to get under it without moving your feet. So it teaches you, your body learns how to work a long double support, utilizing as much power as you can the whole way up to catch the snatch. So this is a little bit different. I sort of strayed away from the original question, but I wanted to share that that's probably my favorite Olympic lift is the no feet snatch because it teaches you not to jump. It teaches you to stay grounded as long as possible. And that's the best part of good throwers is at the front of the circle, they're going to stay grounded as long as they can. You watch Justin Rhodey, who again, he's my favorite technician in the world, and Adam Nelson, those guys, Reese Hoff at the front. They're so long through the final position, they stay grounded. They're not jumping up. They're pushing long around that left leg at the front. And I believe the snatch no feet can help you transfer. I believe it's a great lift for all the throws. But if you can't snatch because you've got weird injuries or whatever, there's other ways that you can tinker around it, and there's other ways that you can get around not having the Olympic lift and still throwing far. But you've got to plan things out properly, and you've got to keep, the overriding issue here isn't Olympic weightlifting, it's throwing, and it's got to be, you've got to throw a lot, you've got to throw dumbbells a lot, you've got to throw heavy shots, light shots, heavy discs, light discs, competition weight, any implement you can think of, and you've got to plan it out properly so that you know what's going to help you peak at the right time so that you hit big PRs and you become a champion. So it's a long-winded answer. It's a little roundabout too, but if you have any more questions, send me some emails. I'll be happy to respond. Thanks.